Hello survivors and welcome to another The Spell Brigade video. In today's video I'm going to try and show you the brand new skills and we'll talk about the brand new update that occurred. The new skills, unfortunately for hardcore, they do require quite a bit of RNG, so for now if we get them at level 5, we're playing on severe so I can show you what the skills actually look like and some of the augments for it, because if you get specific augment objectives at a specific time with all of these skills, it actually becomes next to nearly impossible to get the augment. You've seen this with a lot of the other skills as well, where if we play like Hex Bomb, it's impossible to do the Seal the Rift upgrades, objectives, sorry. And these skills are like that as well. If you get Seal the Rift, it actually becomes quite impossible because their damage just isn't high enough, especially if you get the wrong infusions for them. So we've actually got a lot of crit chance over here. So I'm going to stick with this. Even if at level 5 we don't get any of the new skills, we will do a level 15, level 25 of them. I'll try and get as many levels as possible without doing the objectives. Hopefully we can get to level 15 without missing anything. We do actually get one of the new skills. It's Chthonic Charge, which is going to be fantastic. So we're going to focus on this. There are a lot of new skills, and this one's actually quite a really nice one. It does have a decent base damage to it. So if you get the fire infusion on it, it is good. But you do want, if you're playing on hardcore, to get the lightning damage or lightning infusion on the skill if possible, otherwise you're gonna have a really rough time. Fire does work, acid's very good as well, but again, lightning is the key to the skill having the area effect damage, even though it does explode, as you can see, and the augments do help with that slightly. You do need that huge amounts of area of effect on it and lightning for the area of effect damage as well. So spell size works really well with the skill, so I've been told. So we're going to try and work on spell size as well. That the spell size doesn't change the size of the actual spell when you put it down. What it does is change the explosion radius that occurs when you have put it down, like there. When it explodes, that radius gets bigger with spell size, so you do want that. We're going to go with spell damage. Actually, I'm going to go with that XP. That XP gain can be very good for us. So we'll grab that. This is severe and not hardcore, so I don't think we have to worry too much yet about damage and all of that stuff. And we get a Seal the Rift in the very beginning, which is fantastic. Now, a couple of things that happened in the update which are very important is they did change the way that the offensive defensive relic worked. We'll go over it if we find it, but just a quick one is they added a negative to it where you lose movement speed based on your armor as well. So you'll gain damage but you lose movement speed. It says 0.25 per armor. Guys, you start off at 80 armor with a max skill tree, just keep that in mind. So you're going to be losing 25 movement speed from the get-go plus minus. So you do want to try and get movement speed where possible. We're going to go for spell size over here because that's going to be what we want for this. And then the other relics just became achievements, so you need to unlock them. Chthonic Charge, the spells cast in bursts. So we need to have 80 armor when we finish a run. You need to have 201 crit damage. You need to die 30 times. You need a 50% pickup radius and just small things like that. They're very easy to do in a single run to get all of them, and it's not really that difficult. They did do it so that newer players have something to work towards and they don't just have everything unlocked from the get-go, which is understandable. I don't really understand the nerf that or the change to the offensive defense. I get nerfing it, but I don't understand why they wanted us to lose the movement speed. I mean, they could have taken dodge away instead or something. If you're going to be working with increased armor, then take away dodge maybe instead of the movement speed. But that's just my 2 cents to it. You can let me know what you think or how you would have, nerfed it or changed it in a way to be more viable than what the developers did. I don't think there's anyone on their official Discord who's happy with the change either. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. Maybe there'll be a hotfix or an update in a day or two once they've given it some more time for people to play with it. Now, there was also a brand new character that was released. It was the the Moon Mage. You need to have 273 minutes of actual gameplay. So that's about, 10, 11, 13 rounds of the game of you playing and finishing, not dying early. So it takes roughly about 21, 22 minutes to complete a run. And then, you need to do that 13 times and you'll be able to unlock the brand new character. It's a bit of a weird unlock compared to some of the others. I mean, playing for 5 hours to unlock it. There's a lot of people that really want to have it played on the day that it comes out. So, I don't know. Just seems a bit of a weird unlock. Also, I don't know what the developers have with numbers. Some of their unlock requirements and the numbers needed, like having your level up 1,111 times, or in this case play for 273 minutes. It's just weird, the numbers. I don't know if they just like randomly use a number generator, but it's quite funny. I do wonder if there's a reason behind it or a meaning behind it. If you know, let me know. We did pick up the Aether Beam, which is one of the new skills as well. We're not going to focus on it this round, so you can just get to look at what it does. It's kind of like a single target solar pulse, so you don't actually want to get the fire infusion on it. Lightning and ice would probably be your best options for it, because you'll slow the target you're shooting, and lightning will spread that to everything else as well. So lightning is probably the one augment or infusion you want on absolutely every single skill you can get, just because of the way that it works. Then ice you want on your high tick rate skills like your Aether Beam or Solar Pulse, and then every other skill you want your acid or fire, just depending on the base damage of the skill. So there's that. Okay, drop these guys. I mean, we're playing on severe and we still aren't really killing things. Imagine if we were on hardcore right now. Okay, I need to get updates to the spell. The spells do so. You can see the Aether Beam and the way it's working. What happens is there is actually a augment for it to heal allies, and the way that works is quite cool actually. If you have the beam without that augment, it doesn't actually hurt an ally. It does nothing to the allies. As soon as you grab that augment, you are able to hit them with the beam and it starts dealing damage to your ally. I mean, not damage to them, it actually starts healing them. And I thought that was actually really, really cool. So there it is. It aims at, there's another augment for it. It aims at the enemy with the most health. It also increases its base damage by 15%. So that's pretty good. That's something you would want. However, there is augments to increase it by gain an additional spell. So you'd shoot 2 beams. If you have that and the one where it will focus the most health enemy, both beams do not hit the same enemy, so they'll both just focus 2 separate high health enemies, and that's just the way that it works. So yeah, just in case you're wondering. But we'll obviously talk about that more when we do a video on the actual skill. I am now just going to go and look for the relic. We do have it. I'm not really worried about not being able to kill things. We do have the augment that makes the bombs move towards enemies, so they are going to be making their way towards enemies for us. And here's the relic. The beam does focus on the relic bombs, these boxes as well, which is really, really nice. And there is nothing really good here. You gain 10 armor, which is increased by 10 each time you successfully complete an objective. This was also updated, so now it works retroactively. We have completed 2 objectives. We have 80 armor. It should put us on 100 armor, and it did. So there you go. Really good retroactive change to it. I still think maybe it needs to be updated to a 15 or 20 armor increase. The 10 armor per objective feels a little bit lackluster. Again, they're probably doing a lot of these balance changes or updates for the upcoming Endless. That was part of their roadmap. They do have an idea of making an Endless run and things like that. So maybe they're balancing for that. I can't actually say, I have no idea, but that would make sense as to why certain things are happening the way that they are. Crit, yeah, we'll go for more, so we actually crit a whack ton now. And I think we should work on a bit of crit damage. And then if we get a fire infusion for the bombs, it will really actually work well, because crit and a fire means a lot of damage. And the fact that there is an augment for the spell or the bomb to heal us, that also means that we are going to be healing ourselves if we stand still. So we might want to do that as well. Get this guy to explode maybe. Pick up that, that's okay. I don't even think we had that much XP all over the place, so I'm not expecting a lot. 6 luck, I will grab that. We're on 18 luck now. At around 24 luck is when you start seeing a really big difference. But 18 seems like it's a pretty decent amount to have of luck as well. Getting delayed fate would be very good in the early games, so that you don't re-roll and that you've got all those juicy levels. Although you'll end up getting a lot more levels around this time now as well. So if we can get our next relic to be delayed fate, we'll be in a really good spot. We get nothing of use over there that has to do with our skill. I guess I'm just going to reroll again. We've got to keep 1. We do get the base crit damage as a legendary. We have to take it. Let's see what else happens over here. The next objective should be occurring very soon. There is this healer, which is quite irritating. He doesn't want to die yet. There we go. Perfect. We did get a level up on his death as well. We're going to go for the base damage over there. We don't need the health. This is severe. I doubt we'll even, need it. But we do need to get as much XP as possible now, because we are struggling with the levels. And we need that infusion now. Alright, spell cooldown, that's good. Now we need some epic spell damages coming out. I want to stay by all the enemies. It's a bit risky, but it's going to help us get the juicy XP that drops. Now we just hit ourselves really badly there. Okay, objective is the mushrooms, that's perfect. We also picked up the Scepter mash, which we'll use. So these are all 3 of the new skills. At least we get to see them in a single run, which is quite interesting. We don't get to augment all of them, which is a bit unfortunate. Scepter mash is probably out of all 3 of them the strongest with all the augments. I don't believe it has a healing augment, but it doesn't deal damage to you or your allies, so that's a good thing. So you don't need the healing augment for it. It's the only skill in the game that does no damage to you or your allies. So a bit weird that they went for that. It would be the perfect skill for co-op to troll your friends and to get them to have issues. But I guess the devs are trying to move away from skills that can, if they can't heal, then I guess they didn't want all 3 of the new skills to have healing. Probably the best way of saying it. So they just decided, nah, the skill itself won't do any damage to you or your allies. Instead of us having another skill that has no healing and it just hurts everyone around you. I know they had that poll not too long ago where they asked people if they wanted to have the damage turned off, the friendly fire. And I believe they came to a conclusion that adding a new game mode that makes it so that you don't hurt you or your allies would have been added. I don't know when it's going to come out, but that's going to be very exciting. Okay, we don't want ice, so we got to take fire. It's all that we're given. We're just hoping we don't get double fire. Aether Beam can cast an additional projectile. We are going to grab the healing. We do have fire as well. That just means if we stand in it, we now heal. And because we got the burn actually heals us as well. So that's really cool. It also means we can go a bit slower now without taking damage from the bombs if we're too close. So that means we're closer to the XP. I am just looking for the relic now. We're gonna, I don't actually know if the relic's up yet. It's not up yet. It's the next objective. Okay, we did get the fire, so things are gonna die a little bit quicker. We're gonna grab the luck over there, of course. And we should be able to get some more levels. And we just don't want to use our last reroll because we do want to keep it for the delayed fate. I don't know how we took no damage there, but I'm happy. Holy moly. Alright, now this is, if you do get lightning infusion, it is hardcore viable. I just want to reiterate that, guys. The skill is strong enough to do hardcore. Again, a lot of RNG. You need to have the levels as quickly as possible, as well as the right infusion, which we didn't get. So for us, we would actually be having a really hard time right now. I mean, now we're level 30. I think when I tried my hardcore run, I was like level 17. So it is very, very big, you know, difference-wise. And you have to keep that in mind. Okay, increase the base damage again for the crit. I mean, I'm happy. We do crit quite a lot as well, so it makes sense. And then I'm not so worried about things being too close to us. Again, we do have the healing. Eek. Although, let's go for spell damage. I was going to go for the spell size, even more spell size, but I think it's got enough spell size for now. We got lots of levels to still work through, so not too worried. Base damage, yep. What I do want to see is whether or not we actually get the final augment for the skill, because every single time I've played the skill, I've only been able to find 3 augments for it. I don't even know if the augment exists where it has a 4th augment. I don't remember. I think the game said there were 11 new augments, which is kind of interesting because there were 3 new spells, which means there should be 12 augments, which means that one of them don't have 4 augments. Okay, we do have to keep our reroll just in case. There is the relic over here. I was mistaken with that. Did I not take a relic at all? Okay, we do get the delayed fate. I thought I had already taken the 1 relic. Well, I hadn't found the relic the entire run. I'm so, like, engulfed in the rest of the gameplay that I didn't even pick up the relic the whole time. Okay, I do like that the Aether Beam kind of focuses on the enemies. And then there you go, there's a good example. We can reroll one more time, and you can see we just don't get the skill that we need. So I just don't know. I don't think it has a 4th augment. So we'll just grab an Aether Beam upgrade over there. We can decrease its cooldown as well. But very interesting. So I do know that there are 4 augments for the other 2, or that, you know, you can get additional projectiles multiple times for Aether Beam and things like that. But this the charge over here definitely does not have 4 augments. Otherwise, I've just been super unlucky, but every single time I've re-rolled like 2-3 times even before and found absolutely no augment on the final time. The only other time we can guarantee that it hasn't got one is if we can make it to level to the final round at level 24. So maybe I could play a moderate level and not get any XP, so actually refund my passive tree and remove pickup radius so that we don't level up a lot, and then go and double test that and see what happens. But or I could just ask the developers if it has 4 augments or not. That would be a lot easier, right? Okay, spell cooldown. I'm hoping to get lightning. We don't need it, but that is what you want. Acid will work. If I get wildfire, I'll cry because it's trash. And we're just going to go and pick up this magnet. Spell damage. Maybe the Titan's Fury there was a better option. We do get a lot of luck from this as well, which is good. Increase the spell size of our Solar Pulse. Increase the spell size of our charge. And we do get the plasma. That is beautiful. And that is that. I don't think we can or at any issue of dying. 722 crits happening. That's pretty big. 31 luck, but we're not seeing that many legendaries. That's very interesting. Speaking of which, we just found a legendary. And we're happy to stand in our mines now because why not? I would like legendary spell size for them, but not getting it. Not the end of the world. Getting legendaries for every other skill except this one. Pickup distance, that's fine as well actually. And we can use our reroll now, but we don't need to. Spell size over there. It will be interesting to see the DPS of the skill at the end and just compare it. The other skills obviously aren't going to be very high, but it will be interesting to see what like the beam and then also this one over here, what it would be like. I'll take ice if we get it. No, acid works as well actually. That's really, really good for us. So because the explosions occur quite close to us, so now when the explosion occurs, at least we've got the acid debuff on the enemy as well. So that's really good actually. We do get another crit chance over there. I don't think we're on 100%. We don't really need to be on 100%, but very, very good. Grab more spell size. We're going to have to just run this way over here. Ow, that hurt. This is... I really didn't think we would lose life. Increase spell size. It is of epic quality though. Not legendary. Not that I'm complaining, just pointing out the obvious, you know, just in case you're listening and not viewing. Decrease. We'll just go for the cooldown reduction on here. Why not? Might as well, we got so many levels on it, why not just increase the levels? Why not just go for a completely messed up run in a sense? We grab the dodge. You never know when a clean dodge can come in handy and save a life. And then we'll look for the final relic as well when the boss spawns, because we can. It is severe, so we don't have to really worry too much about it. And we can even get enough life to re-roll it if we want it as well. We do have healing, so it makes sense. We're going to go for more spell size. Oh, hello fingers. You want to just get on the right keys there. Just stand on my mines. We keep taking damage anyway, so might as well. A beautiful legendary base damage. Oh my goodness, that was massive. That is beautiful to see. Beautiful to see a legendary base damage increase like that. That was scary. Alright, let's go run and find this relic, because I think this boss will die very quickly. It's got like 5 times less life compared to hardcore. That's actually gross. Like the scaling of the health is quite interesting. I do wonder what the actual numbers for the scale is. But that's quite interesting. Because normally he's got like 50 something thousand. We're just looking for the relic. Maybe we can get the new offensive defense so I can show you what it looks like. We have quite a lot of armor as well, so it'll be really funny to see how much movement speed we get and what happens. Don't tell me it's all the way at the bottom right. It's not. Okay, where is this relic? Ah, there it is. I mean, technically it's middle right, I guess. And let's see, do we get off? Oh, we do get it actually. And we have 120 armor, so we're going to lose quite a lot of speed. We'll be in a negative speed, negative 16% speed. You can see just how hectic that is, but because we're playing on a lower difficulty, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, it actually feels like it is, but we should be able to do more than enough damage to wreck this boss, hopefully, before he wrecks us. I don't think we can move. Oh, we actually do. We just make it out of there. 2k crits though, that's huge. But this is why I say this needs to be changed, because look at that. You can't even outrun the explodey dudes. It's gross. But luckily we're doing a lot of damage. We can actually re-roll here, give me more damage on spell size. But there we go, done and dusted. Hope you guys enjoyed that. A really good example of why you should not pick up that relic as well anymore. Very low DPS coming from the charge, even though it was level 17. Solar Pulse nearly doing more damage, but not really. But Aether Beam actually not so bad. And then the Scepter Mesh, you can see even at level 1 actually dealt more damage than the level 10 Solar Pulse. So very, very strong skill in terms of DPS compared to the other two new spells. But we'll get into those skills as well in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.